Hello and welcome to ITBS Media. In this very tutorial, I want to start a series on Microsoft Word, and in this series I want to show you exactly what you can do with Microsoft Word. I know many have been using Microsoft Word for ages. Despite that, they have not been able to explore exactly what is available for them in Microsoft Word. So I want to take time in this series to ensure I explain, starting from introducing Microsoft Word to beginners and moving you through the process to becoming a professional in using Microsoft Word. Now, to do that, I'm going to tag this series Everything About MS Word. So this one is part 1. Microsoft Word that we want to talk about today is going to focus on identifying sections, identifying the sections of the software called Microsoft Word. So you're welcome to ITBS Media. In this channel, we dedicate our efforts to making sure that users of technology and tools, they know exactly what the tools are and how best to use the tools so that you can maximize the potentials that are locked up within those tools. Of a series on everything about Microsoft Word, I'll be introducing the lesson that will start with identifying the various parts, like I said earlier, and sections of Word documents. So with that, you will be able to navigate around what sections of Microsoft Word, what certain sections are called. And if you don't know what the sections of Microsoft Word are called, it is obviously going to create a lot of problem when you want to search for how to maneuver that section. Maybe you want to use a tool in that section, so you need keyword to actually search. But if you don't know what keyword to use because you don't know the name of that section, as simple as it may look, it is only when you want to search for something that is when you will know exactly how painful it may be, especially when you are in a hurry to get that thing done and you don't know how to search for it. So now let's go into what exactly is Microsoft Word. Microsoft kind of communication, and because of that there is need to have a section of that application where you can actually input, edit, format, and also store what you have worked on. So for you as a user to use Microsoft Word documents, some have coded this application. They have written lines of codes, lines upon lines of codes, and those lines of code have been stored, have been prepared, sanitized and stored and kept for your regular access. So you access it, click on buttons which trigger the running of those codes. That is exactly how the application works. So what has the codes that have been written are the ones you are giving command to run, and do exactly what you want to do. So you may not know how to write a code, but you know how to run the command without even knowing that you are running a code. So now what can you do with Microsoft Word within this sphere of the graphical user interface? So the Microsoft Word is the interface between you and the code, and that is what is called the graphical user interface. That's the interface between the user and the code itself, and the code is called code repository. So, well, you can do a simple typing of content like journaling your experience about a situation or event. You can write a very good resume using various ready-made templates in Microsoft Word, or you can customize your own templates. Microsoft Word is widely used in offices, it's used in schools, in businesses across the world, and professionals use it to communicate in various ways, like using it to write reports, using it to design brochures, and students do receive their homework and submit their own work using Microsoft Word. So millions of employees, millions of business people, millions of students use Microsoft Word across the globe. And what about if you want to do a social event and you are planning? It's very handy in planning because you can design flyers, you can design other communication materials like a brochure that I mentioned earlier using Microsoft Word, ready-made templates, or customizing your own. Other things you can do. I don't know why this is it's like it's disconnecting and reconnecting. So okay, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to our channel ITBS Media. Like I said earlier, we always bring technology tools and applications in a simplest way, in a simplest explanation. We bring it across to users. We share knowledge in very simple language so that it can be very beneficial to viewers. So subscribe, share the content, save it, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that when we release the second lesson or subsequent ones, you will be notified. And also when we schedule a live stream, you will be notified so you can join. All right, so let's go to Word document itself now. So here we are, the Word document, you can see, and let's continue to, let's see what we have here, and we start identifying the different sections of Word document. I said earlier that Word document is one of the most popular tools in the world. It's one of the most popular tools that anyone can use when it comes to office operations. So when you first open Microsoft Word, the first thing you see is the Microsoft Word window. So right across here, you're seeing the window, and everywhere here across, like everything you're seeing on the screen is the window, except the taskbar that is down here that does not include Microsoft Word. But right from this place up is Microsoft Word. And looking at this Microsoft Word, you see that it contains many sections. This is not all that is about Microsoft Word. There are still many underlining tools that are not displayed here that you can use in your business. So if you put your cursor here, this is autosave, and right here you have save. So this area and here, this is the bar. It's called title bar, and that is the one that shows you the name of the document. So you can change the name of the document. You can see this one is the default name, document 1 Word. You can click on save so that you can change the default name, rename it, and save it in on your desktop. So that is that. So you have the search bar here, you have this area for login, and you have the knowledge center. You have minimize button here, restore button, close button, and I'm going to now move on to the next level, and that is where we interact with mostly. If you look at this, you click on this, this is what you will see. You will see the home tab. That's what I clicked on. When I click on the home tab, it shows everything that is in the home tab. Let me go back to, okay, I think we're still on. So this is the home tab right here. Here's the home tab, and here is insert. So for the home tab, if you click on home tab, this is what happens. Let's see what happens. You can see that clicking on the home tab, there is a drop down. That drop down is called ribbon, and that ribbon house or accommodates different groups of tools that are associated with home tab. Remember, we have the file tab, we have the home tab, insert tab, and you have, let's see the next one. After, you have draw tab, design tab, layout tab, reference tab, mailings, review, view, and help. So you have them all like that. I will use the home tab to explain to you things that you need to know. So if I don't have a clear view here, I will use insert. Let me use insert. Here is insert, and right here in insert you see the ribbon for insert. You may not see everything, but one thing here that you see is that there is a kind of a divider among the different sections of the tab. There is a grouping of tools right here. These tools the cover page. If you have your Microsoft Word, you can open to it and follow as I'm explaining. So your cover page, blank page, page break, all these tools come up under pages. That is the group called pages in the ribbon. So next, I want to use home because many people use home often. So we start with paste. You have cut, you have copy, you have format painter, and all under clipboard. So, and you can click the drop down for the clipboard. You will see what the things that are on the clipboard. Decide to clear the clipboard or leave it. So we move away from there and we go to the font. And one other thing I'm going to do is this. See, we have the font tab. You can make bold of the letters, indent, underline, strike through, and other things. Here you can change the font here, the font type. You can change it here. Then you can use Ctrl Shift plus F to do that. And you can increase or decrease the font size here. Here the size also of fonts in the cap, and here you can change the case. You can change from lowercase to uppercase. Here the font color, you can highlight text here, and this is using effect or typography. That's that. So in essence, we have different groups. We have clipboard, we have font, we have paragraph. You will see that as I'm doing it, the ribbon, which is this white section here that accommodates all this, keep disappearing. The simple reason is that it has not been configured to remain permanent there. And to do that, go to the extreme. Just move your cursor to the extreme. You see the drop down that is under share. Just click it, and once the drop down, you see the drop down, just click on always section. So you click home, insert, or draw, design, layout, reference, mailing, review, view, or help. The ribbon will pop up, and you can now go down to the drop down at the extreme end, at the extreme space, at the end, then at the right hand, and click always show ribbon. So with that, you can navigate among the tabs, and the ribbons for each tab will show. So I go now to home, and I have it. So if you come across a problem while using Word and you discover that the ribbon has disappeared, you only see the tabs. All you need to do is move your cursor to the extreme end, click on the drop down, and select always show ribbon, and your ribbon will be pinned to the Microsoft Word document page here, so you can easily access it. Now here we have paragraph. This is the paragraph section of the ribbon, and this is the style where you can decide the heading of your document. You want to decide what style, whether you choose normal or heading 1, heading 2, and so on and so forth. There are so many there. So see heading 2, heading 3, title and subtitle, emphasis, strong, quotes. So this is where you go under style. And each of these group has a drop down here at the corner. So this launcher is called the ribbon launcher. So you can click on this. Once you click on it, it will show you what we have in the clipboard, like I said earlier on. Or when you open it and you want to close it back, click on the same place. And for fonts, see we have all this. See there is advanced. So there are so many things that you can actually see here. Then I want to close it back. All I do is click on the same launcher, or click on this on its back. So you have the editing section of the ribbon, the voice section of the ribbon. The voice section of the ribbon is for dictate. If you want to dictate instead of typing, all you need to do is click on the text editor area. The text editor area is the area you type content in. So if I have my cursor running active there, I can click on the voice, and whatsoever I'm saying will. So now let's see whether it will type what I'm saying or not. And you can see that everything I'm saying is typed by the voice application, because I have enabled the dictate tool on Microsoft Word. So with that, I will close it back. Alright. Okay, the next one is the editor. So without typing, without using my word to type, you can see that everything is typed on the text editor pane, and this is one tool that you can use if you don't want to type. You want to write a story, you can begin to narrate your story, and without typing you will have everything typed for you. It will transcribe it for you. Alright, this is editor, and we have add-ins. So that's for Microsoft Windows. Let's just run through other tabs and see insert tab, draw tab. You see different types of pens and drawing tools, ruler, format background, ink replay, ink help, ink to shape, and so on and so forth. Then design. So this is where the design comes in. This is how I want to style my document. So the design tab is there. Remember, what we are doing today is identifying the different sections. So we're not going deep into what each of these tabs do or what they have, the tools they have in the group. We're just doing work around now, and after this video, the next one, we will start going deep into using Microsoft Word, improving on how we have been using it in the past by maximizing the potentials that are locked up in this software. So, and let me say it clearly, I am doing this basically for the viewers, the subscribers of this channel, so you can have, it is not a paid advert. ITBS Media has not gotten any contract from any company. We have been using this tool and we know it is great, and we want to push it out there for people who have been using it or who may want to use it to maximize the potentials that are in it. So that is about that. So you have color, and you can set as default. You can select a format and set it as default. Then you have watermark. You can put watermark on your document. You can color the page. You can do border, different types of border formatting, like putting colors, thickness of lines, and things like that. So that's for design. And layout, see, orientation, whether you want it in portrait or landscape. Margin, size of the margin, you can customize your margin, not just the default one that is there. Many have been using Microsoft Word for ages, and the margin they have ever used is the default one. You can customize it, you can change it depending on what you want to do, for the aesthetic value of what you want to do, or for professionalism. You can decide to change the margin. How about page break? You want to make sure that nothing is typed in a particular page after the content you have put there. You want the next thing that will be typed or put in that page to go to the next page. There you need to use the page break. Then line numbers, hyphenation, and things like that. So you have paragraph here. You have, and how you can arrange the panes. So that is that. Then reference, table of contents. You want to create table of contents. You want to update table of contents. So this section of in this group, you have everything that has to do with table of contents, and here you have things that has to do with footnotes. Here, things that has to do with research. Here, things that have to do with citation. So if you are an academician, this particular tab will be very useful for you. You see different styles of editing. See APA, Chicago, MLA, and many more. See, so then insert caption, cross-reference, insert tables, table and figures. So you can insert table and figures in your Word document, and you have to come to the references tab to be able to access those tools. Then what about index, citation? You want to mark the citations. So this is where you come under references. So we have then mailing tab, envelope, labels. You want to create label envelope. Want to start mail merge, select recipients, if you have your contacts and things like that. You can see how everything goes like this. We'll still get to the point of showing you how to enable some of the tools that are grayed out, and even bring up some tools that are not featured here yet. Now we go to review. In review, you have editor again. You have things like a dictionary, word count, proofing, read aloud. So you can, If you have pages you want to read, you can give command for the Microsoft Word document to read it to your hearing by clicking on this, and that will trigger the code to read, and it will read. Check accessibility, language, comments. If you are you're doing a peer review, either as students or at work, and you need your colleague to review a work, or a colleague has sent a Word document to you to review, this is where you need to come to put your comments, and then you have a markup here, tracking. You want to track all the changes when you send your document out. You want to track all the changes. Otherwise, take for example, you have 30 pages, 50 pages, and you send it out to someone to review, and the person has read through, changing things. You will not know what has been changed, what changes have been made. The only way you can do that is to use the button right here, so which is to track changes. So track the changes, click on that, and you say tracking. Then if the person make any change, it will be highlighted, so you can easily come back and see. Then you want to compare what was there and what changes were made. Here is the home. Then you want to protect it. You want to protect the document by putting password on it. Here, this is that, and hide ink. And let's go to view. We're running fast now. Okay, read mode, print layout. So all this is how it will look, how your document will look. Those are the things that you see up here. And here, you see, and macros, SharePoint. You want to connect with SharePoint. You see that right here. And you want to switch window. You have maybe 2 or 3 windows open, so you can switch windows from here. Okay, and this is, of course, this is if you need help, you click on that. Okay, now I'll go back to the beginning. I'll click on the save file, and is the file tab, and when I click on the file tab, you can see that we have things like new, open. If you want, up here you can see different templates. If we click on more templates here, like I said earlier, that Microsoft Word is there for you with many templates that you can use. So you see, you can take, this one says take tour, table of contents, insert table of contents, then the judicial branch. Anything you want to do, you definitely have something for it. Look at the lines here, and you can click on this search bar, type in what you want. See, these are suggested searches: business card, you want business cards, flyers, letters, education, resume and cover letter, holiday. So you have so many templates that are there. See calendar, and see Bobo appointment calendar. You see resume, reference, travel newsletter. So you can write newsletters, invoice. You have the certificate template for certificates, birthday, celebrations, and many. So you have bundle of resources here for you to use if you are a beginner or you are a pro. But why we're doing this is that whether you're a beginner or a pro, we want you to be able to maximize the potentials, the resources that are locked up in Microsoft Word that many people don't even know that they exist. So, and the easiest way to do that is for you to identify be able to identify the sections of Microsoft Word and know their names in case you need to search for any of these. You need a keyword that will give you the right knowledge you need. So we have that. We go back. Now you see save as by the side right here. So now we're back. I'll go back to home and we have our page back. Now at the extreme right, here we have zoom. So you can zoom in and you can also zoom out. You can zoom out and you can see the percentage of your zoom on the bar. So your zoom bar will tell you. Now I'm zooming at 156% of the original size, and I go back to 100% now. So you can zoom here. This is status bar right here. The status bar, that's the bar at the bottom. Remember, up we have the title bar, we have the tabs, we have the tabs opening up to ribbons and the ribbons opening up to group of tools. So at the bottom here we have the status bar, so you can know exactly the status of the page or your document in its entirety. Here it's telling us we are on page 1 of 1, and if I decide to bring it down and I get to the second page, you see page 2 of 2, and I click here, it becomes page 1 of 2. So all these are functionalities within the status bar, and right here if you click on this button, it will show you a dialog box. Just click on it, left click, that's the word count. It tells you the number of pages the document is, how many words are typed in, the number of characters, if all the spaces within are collapsed and there are no spaces. Without spaces we have 158 characters, but with the spaces counted we have 195. And how many paragraphs do we have? Just one paragraph. If I go back and I copy that same thing and I put it down, the next paragraph, it will show 2 paragraphs. So, and how many lines? We have 15 lines. Okay, so let me close that out, but I'll still go back to the same button and I will right click this time, and you can see the bundle of information right here. How many number of pages we have? Formatted page number is 1, then section is 1, because we don't have the page divided into 2 or 3 or 4, so we have only one section. So see all this, so many things. Line number 15, column 1, word count 38 and 195. This is word count, not characters. This is word count, how many words, and then how many characters with spaces like we saw earlier on. So there are so many other things right here, and you can zoom is 100%. zoom slider. You see our zoom slider here. This is our zoom slider. I call zoom bar the other time. Same as zoom slider is active. So, and section selection mode, recording macro. It's not recording macro now because I did not enable it. You can track changes here, permissions. You can format the permission. Who should be able to edit this Word document? You can do it right here at the permission section. And information management policy. You can set up a policy for it, signature, label, and so on and so forth. So before I close out this, here we have view. This is read mode. You see, it looks like a notebook, read mode. So we have focus mode, and this is the very mode we're on now, print layout. That's what we're on. You see, if I click on it, nothing happens, but if I click on this, you see this, and back here, like if we have many pages, you can do it that way if you want to read, and you can see that it becomes a little bit bigger for you to read. So, and if I click on web layout, it will present it as if it's on a web page. So we have a web layout right here, and I'm going back to print layout now. So this is how it will be if you want to print it. So you can actually work on your document. You can put it either in a web layout, in print layout, focus mode. So, and right here at the extreme right corner, you have the slide bar. So this slides the page up and down, and that's how you can navigate from one page to another. So this is a zoom slider. This is a slider too. So you see, and let's see, is there another thing I think we've talked about? Okay, we mentioned the title bar here, and here there is something that is called quick access toolbar. You see, hiding right there. You can actually, without going to the file tab, you can actually open a new window here. You can create a new Word document, email, says some of these. And if you want to hide it, you can click on this, it will hide. So if you want more commands, you click on this one. So let me put that one back. Now I'm going to alter this. I will just put this and this. Alright, so this that I've just put here, if I click on do typing, it will remove what I have just typed. You see, it removed that. If I click it again, it will remove this. You see, it has removed it. And if I want to bring them back, I click on redo typing. So that is undo and redo buttons within the title bar space. So that is how far we will go in this introductory lesson to Microsoft Word documents that we titled Identifying the Sections of a Microsoft Word. If you have not subscribed, subscribe now. Share the video, press the bell button so that you can be notified when we're going live or when we upload new video. Remember to save this channel, save the playlist that it is in, and continue to follow throughout this week and few more weeks. We're going to run through Microsoft Word documents. So many more coming your way. Thank you. See you in the next video.